The Cardinal men's basketball team has won 7 straight games in a row and head into a showdown against Wheaton Thunder this weekend that can secure the CCIW regular season title. Before you head to Gregory Arena to cheer on the Cardinals, there's only one place you can catch all the action, right here on the Cardinal Report. Welcome to the Cardinal Report. I'm Marc Dahlquist. Joining me to start things off this week is men's head basketball coach, Todd Raridon. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, Coach, you guys start this week with a tough 3-game stretch. You've got the top of the conference, Augustana, Wesleyan, and Wheaton. But you guys, so far, you're 2-0 with the wins over Augustana and Illinois Wesleyan.
Well, they weren't easy wins. We were fortunate that we came out on top. Very physical games. Augustana especially was extremely physical, and really last night Illinois Wesleyan game was very physical. They hammered us on the glass, and that's obviously from a coach's standpoint that's a huge concern of ours because we have to control the glass, and in neither game we did, but we were fortunate we came away with the victory.
There seemed to be a lot of rebounds in that Augustana game. Neither team was really shooting the ball well, in that first half.
Well, a lot of that had to do with great defense. I mean, I think both teams were playing extremely hard defensively, and when you have a team like Augustana that starts a lineup of 6'9", 6'7", 6'7", and comes in with 6'7", 6'8", I mean, those are tough shots to make inside and outside. I mean, they play hard defensively. They do what they have to at the offensive end as far as on the glass, and I thought our kids just battled. I mean, I thought it went, it was blow by blow, and I know our kids were extremely tired after that game, and should have been, because they played their what's off.
Do you guys ever use your speed to sort of delegate the flow of the game when you have teams like Augustana that do have the height advantage?
Well, they have height, but they have some speed. I mean, their big kids could run, so it's not like we just run around people, and that wasn't the case. I mean, it was a low-scoring game. A year ago at our place, it was a low-scoring game. I believe the game out at Augustana was not a high-scoring game either. So, it's just you have two good teams that are competing in the CCIW, and anytime you're playing a league game, there's nothing easy about them. In Augustana, there was nothing easy about the game.
And it's not just the guys on the court that are a factor. The Vikings really seem to travel well. That was a packed house at Gregory Arena.
Well, they do. They have a great following, and it's something that you always want your program, the people to follow the same way. But we're continuing to build like that. But Augustana does travel well. I thought we had a good crowd, and hopefully we'll even have better Saturday night.
Well, the Cardinal Report was there to see the Cardinals take down the Vikings on their home court. In case you missed it, let's go to the highlight. North Central's Marc Dahlquist coming off a 30-point performance in a win over Elmhurst, but the Cardinals would have their hands full against the 15th-ranked Augustana Vikings. Cardinals down 22-17 at the half, but the defense sets the tone in the second, as Tickness steps in front of Cameron Norton and draws the offensive foul. That would pump up no one more than Tickness, as he goes on a tear to score the next 10 points for North Central. He led all scorers with 19 in the game, and the Cardinals regained the lead 31-30 midway through the second half. The Vikings would respond as Brandon Coons in the paint gets the bucket and the foul. Then Troy Rohrer takes advantage of a Raridon slip. He makes sure the bank is open and he makes a deposit. Cardinals now down 4 with under 6 minutes to go. It's senior Kevin Gillespie who gets the cross-court pass and buries it from behind the arc while drawing the foul. Vikings show they can shoot the long ball too as Mark Roth drains one from the top of the key, and Augustana is back up by 3. Landon Gamble didn't have a bucket all game, but he makes up for it with this beautiful pass late to Gold 3 down low. He would make the and one, and the Cardinals are back in front 42-41. Last chance for the Vikings down by 2 with seconds to go. Brian DeSimone can't convert, and the long rebound goes to Mark Roth. He's got one last shot at it, but it goes off the rim, and the Cardinals keep the home fans happy, sweeping the season series against Augustana. So, Coach, you guys get the win over Augustana, but you didn't really have much time to celebrate as you guys had to head to Illinois Wesleyan, but you come out of there with another big victory.
Well, we did, and we started off, we were down 12 to 0 to start the game, and things did not look good for us. Again, we were getting beat on the glass. Illinois Wesleyan had probably 3 or 4 chances every time down the floor to score. You know, some of that was they were just more ready to play than we were, and that's my fault, not our kids. But you know, I think our kids were tired from the Augustana game, because it was, like I said, a very physical game. On Saturday night, we had turnaround practice Sunday, practice Monday, and then play Tuesday. And you know, you wear down after a while, especially this late in the season. And we're playing probably 7, 8 kids right now, and so you know, they're playing a lot of minutes. And when we went down there, you know, like I said, I don't know if we were quite ready for what they were going to throw at us. They came out extremely hard at us, and you know, once we got settled down and made a couple adjustments, I thought CJ Goldtree came in and really gave us a huge boost offensively, and got us back into the game. Aaron Tickness hit a couple threes. So you know, once we got back in the game, then it went back and forth, and at one time we had a pretty good lead. Next thing you know, we look up and their crowd's back in the game. They hit a couple threes. We don't cover from the perimeter, and now it's a close game, and we were just fortunate we held on.
Yeah, it's got to be nice to have CJ back in the lineup. He was out for a little bit earlier this year, but he really adds a boost when he comes in off the bench. Well,
he does. He gives us a lot of energy, gives us a lot of offensive production that, you know, there's not a lot of teams in our league that have that kind of point production off the bench. And, you know, CJ started for us earlier in the season. Then he went out, like you said, for a couple weeks with a concussion. Vince Kamick has come in and played very well for us. And, you know, it just seemed like from a timing standpoint, it was not a need for us to change our lineup just because I felt like we were playing so well. So we brought CJ off the bench, and so far it's worked out pretty well for us.
And it seems like there's really not that one guy to key on your team. I mean, you could have Derek that could score 30 points like he did against Elmhurst. Landon's leading the team in his scoring average, but didn't score against Augustana. But other guys are really coming in and getting those points when they're needed.
Well, it is, and that's the nice thing. That's the nice thing about our team is that it's a team concept. You know, you can't just shut down one guy, as you said, because somebody else is going to pick up the slack. You know, we've had games where at Augustana where Kevin Gillespie hit 20, and you know, the last couple of games he hasn't scored as much, but he hasn't had to. You know, we've had other guys that have stepped up, so it's nice to see that kind of effort out of our kids, especially from an offensive standpoint. And I know defensively, I mean, they're trying as hard as they can, and we need to continue to play as hard as we can at the defensive end for us to continue in the postseason.
And it's easy to score those points when you guys are shooting the way you were against Illinois Wesleyan. You guys shoot 9 of 15 from behind the arc and shoot over 50%, you know, from the floor throughout the game. That really had to play into you guys getting the win.
Well, it helped, and it helped down the stretch. You know, our kids really executed our offense, our half-court offense, and you know, we got the ball inside to Landon Gamble, and Landon went to work on. You know, he got some easy looks. You know, he wasn't being double-teamed. Usually he gets double-teamed a lot. Against Wesleyan, they just left one guy on him. But, you know, he had a couple where if they came to help, he kicked back out, and we got open looks. And, you know, I thought we did a really nice job of passing the basketball to the, you know, making that extra pass for the open look. And I think that's why you shoot a high percentage.
So right now you guys stand alone at the top of the CCIW in the standings, but you got a tough Wheaton Thunder team coming to town this weekend, a team that you guys lost to in double overtime last time around.
Well, we did. It was a tough loss for us, and I mean, it was a good win for Wheaton, obviously, but you know, it's something that we have a lot of respect for Wheaton's program. You know, they're a talented bunch. I know we're going to get their best shot. They lost on a heartbreaker last night up at Carthage, and so you know that they know this is a must-win game for them, and we know we have to win the game. I mean, it's a must-win for us as far as the conference race is concerned. So, you know, I expect a great basketball game. I expect both teams to play extremely hard, and you know, see what happens.
Are you guys thinking all about the conference tournament, trying to get the home court advantage and have it played at your place?
Well, I mean, you're always thinking about their conference tournament. You know, we've played well at home this year, and that's what we want to continue to. If we can host the tournament, that always helps because you don't have to travel and that. But you know, all I can tell our kids right now, and all we're thinking about as far as coaches are concerned, is Wheaton, and that's our main focus is right now is how do we defend them? How can we stop their offense because they have a potent offense.
I'd say you've played more than well at home. I mean, you guys haven't lost a game yet this year at Gregory Arena. What is it about, you know, the guys playing on their home court that really just boosts their energy?
Well, you probably have to ask them. I'm not sure what the secret there is, but I think most teams play better at home, and it's just the way it is, whether it's high school or college. I think you just have the environment. You're used to playing in that environment as opposed to the road. So, you know, we've been fortunate, and hopefully that will continue.
Well, Coach, we look forward to watching the Cardinals' continued success this season.
All right, thank you.
Don't go anywhere, because after the break, Coach and I will be joined by two players making a big impact on the court. Keep it right here on the Cardinal Report.